Welcome to Buzz in the Tower, a podcast dedicated to the movies of the 1980s and the 1990s. I'm Mo Shapiro, starting quarterback for your Texas State University Fighting Armadillos, and joining me as always, Max Sanders.
Who would I be?
You would be the mascot, the big puffy armadillo.
No, Schneider.
I'm gonna Fumbalaya, Fumbarooski.
Pop the champagne.
Today we're talking about, this is such a good movie.
Yeah.
And this is one of my favorite rewatches of all the films that we've done in the 4 years that we've been. Did you see it prior to?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Top 5 football movie of all time.
We'll talk about that.
For me, it's number 4.
Necessary Roughness, 1991, PG-13, 1 hour and 48 minutes. Max, before we jump into that, let me remind you that if this is your first time listening to the show,
hello,
and your name is Max Sanders, the thing you're going to want to do is go over to Spotify, go over to Apple Podcasts, leave a review, say something nice like the Fighting Armadillos.
Yeah.
They're a good team. Also, leave it 5 stars. Also, check us out on all social media at Buzz in the Tower. That's our handle. You can find us anywhere. We've also got a pretty fancy Patreon, patreon.com/Buzz in the Tower, where you can, I don't think there's a Zoom, but that's okay, where you can support the show financially because we need the money because
Mo bet his life savings on the line.
Max's Tweety Bird shirts aren't cheap. Speaking of shirts,
$8 in a vintage store.
Our sponsor, 80stees.com, who helps support the show and gives us lots of t-shirts. Great people.
And you got your shirt for free because you're a firefighter.
It's also true.
Yeah.
And what am I forgetting? Website, www.buzzinthetower.com.
Get some gear.
And we'll be selling Kathy Ireland's used football socks.
I'd buy those.
I'd buy that for $1. This movie
inspired me.
Immediately took me back to like the intensity of the crush that I had on Kathy Ireland.
Yeah, she's like a one of one. She was from the 91 to like 94. Her and Claudia Schiffer, right?
Yeah, and did you say Schiffer with a D at the end?
Schiffer. Yeah.
I'm just checking. I got a text message from Bruce after he watched the episode. He asked if you were okay. I don't know if he had. Yeah, he also said, I could see in your face how you wanted to punch him in the face when he claimed it was Zequel. I'm like, yes. Excellent.
Now, I'm well rested today. I went to bed from 4 p.m. till 8 p.m. and then I slept from midnight till 5.
For those that don't know, that's not because Max suffers from chronic depression. It's because he is, in fact, a bartender in the city of Ann Arbor,
football,
the largest college bar on campus.
Yeah.
Scorekeepers. And as we all know, Max, last week kicked off the football season, which is why we're doing this movie.
It's important. And
it's
also
very important.
It's kind of parallel to us because it's like they won the championship the year before, the Armadillos. We won the championship. And now it's our year to, shove it to the dean. Woo! Screw you. What's
Dean.
His name? He's Asian. Our dean.
At Michigan?
Yeah.
I was like, just so we're clear, the dean in this movie is not Asian. Although his name is Philip. And every time he's like, Philip, I'm like, Philip.
I'm outraged. R.I.P. Philip.
Oh, man. All right, Max, what's this movie about? Tasked with overhauling a university football team that was dismantled for breaking collegiate rules, coaches Wally Riggendorf, played by Robert Loggia,
Wally Riggendorf,
and Ed Gennero, played by Héctor Elizondo, who, by the way, his greatest role ever, is Pretty Woman.
Yeah.
Everybody knows him from Pretty Woman.
He's the concierge.
The concierge. Look at you. You actually pronounced the word correct that isn't plain, simple English.
I used to be a concierge.
Did you really?
When I was 16.
Jesus, can you imagine that costume, Max the concierge?
A
16-year-old, 6'8", gangly Max. Are you looking for a place to get your nails done, sir?
My uncle ran the hotel near me.
Of course he did. Of course. I bet he just put you in a closet and was like, "Here, put these."
I did hang out in the closet a lot.
Picks. Yeah,
I called Boston Talk Radio and talked about Vlad Guerrero and how he should be on the Red Sox.
Unbelievable. Ed Gennero, played by Héctor Elizondo.
Why are you saying Hector weird?
Because it's got a little accent over the Héctor.
Okay.
Héctor Elizondo. Pick unusual new players like junior professor Andre Krimm, Sinbad. And,
vegetarian.
And
Partey.
And a 30-something quarterback,
34.
Paul Blake.
Yeah.
Well, there's some debate
on
how old he
yeah.
is. Paul Blake, played by Scott Bakula.
It's fun to say Bakula.
It's the best. Count Bakula.
I know.
Dad joke. As Paul Court's professor, Suzanne Carter, played by Harley Jane Kozak.
Not very hard for him either. She's
No.
like, I had a crush on you. It's like,
She
whoa.
leaned into that hard. The team struggles until the arrival of a female place kicker who bolsters the squad as it gets ready to challenge its big rival, good old Lucy. I don't know that I can even make it through this movie without just sitting here and talking about Kathy Ireland. This is competing with my shoe fetish, my Elizabeth shoe fetish.
Really?
Max, I forgot.
Yeah.
I forgot. This movie reawakened the boy in me.
Yeah.
I mean, this is 1991 when this came out, right?
Yep.
Is that what I said? Yeah, 1991. I was scratching the surface of my manhood.
This or Loaded Weapon.
Loaded Weapon's
Yeah.
really good,
Yeah.
too. God, I forgot.
She's a good actress.
She's great, man. I wonder what
Yeah.
she's up to. I bet she's one of those people who have just like not aged at all. Like she's probably 60 and she still looks like she's
You want to
20.
hear something crazy? She's worth over $1 billion.
I believe it.
She has Kathy Ireland products that like she sells.
I'd like to buy some Kathy Ireland products. Does she sell used
She
socks?
spits in them.
Jesus Christ. I love it, taking it to the next reasonable level. I gotta itch my eyes. Hold on. I don't know what's going on.
Kathy Ireland makes my eyes itch. That's a bad name.
It's a mouthful. Coming to the stage for the first time, Kathy Ireland makes my eyes itch. Dear God, Max.
But they have, so in football movies, there's always stereotypical guys,
Yeah.
you know, like the tough guy. In this movie, there's the karate guy, the army guy, the cowboy dude, the Polynesian big guy who's the cutest, nicest guy ever, the stubborn coach, the fire-breathing coach, the washed-up never-was quarterback, the teacher with a crush, the voice of reason school president, the hateable dean, the can't-catch speedster, the Australian hardo, the trust fund baby with no spine, and the try-hard guy from the past team.
I wish I could show you my notes.
Yeah. Do you have the same
the
thing?
very top of my notes
Yeah.
on this episode says favorite tropes.
Yeah.
And then it's like evil dean,
Yeah.
small runt with heart.
yeah.
And don't forget to who produced this? Not was it Orion or Olympia or like
I think it's Orion.
double check just
Okay.
see real quick because whoever did it also did Major League.
Yeah.
I think it's Paramount.
Okay. It says Morgan Creek.
Yeah, but
Distributed by Paramount.
there you go.
Yeah.
Thank you, sugar. I knew we'd find it.
Yeah.
So this is Major League
Yeah.
football. Major League.
Absolutely.
Like just a bit outside. Fumbalaya. I mean,
Rob Schneider's so great.
This is Rob Schneider's greatest role next to Deuce Bigelow, Male Gigolo.
the hot chick.
No. Hot Chick is terrible.
Jessica, it's me.
You would love that movie.
Oh, Deuce Bigelow.
I said,
Yeah.
except Deuce. Where are you? Where are you that I just said that?
Oh, the water boy. You can do it.
No,
Ah.
he's not. That's not a role. That's a cameo. You can do it.
Yeah.
Boy, he's in a
about-
world.
what
He's in a
about
world
Judge
of
Dredd?
weird now.
Yeah.
Meh.
His daughter and all that stuff is really strange.
Yeah, all that.
Yeah.
All that in a bag of potato chips.
I saw him open for Adam Sandler, and his stuff is very strange.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you mentioned all my favorite tropes. Small runt with a big heart, sportscaster, old quarterback with something to prove.
Yeah.
Then there's little things in the movie too that are like so classic tropey. Like
There's guitar riffs.
how about like extra, read all about it. And they're showing the printing of the newspapers, like, Armadillo's tie, Armadillo's 6-game losing skid. It's just, and the dean, this is why
This is the most evil dean.
The brilliance of The Simpsons is never lost on me because like the episode where Homer goes back to college and the whole episode is like, I'll get that damn dean.
Oh, and the dean
and
is
he's
the
the
nicest guy.
nicest guy ever.
Yeah.
It reminds me of the other guys, not the other guys. It reminds me of So I Married an Axe Murderer.
Yeah.
When he's like the captain and he's like, yo, you're too nice. I didn't get into being a police officer. You got to be meaner.
Yeah.
Have you seen So I Married an Axe Murderer? Because you're blankly looking at me. We did an episode on it. I'm going to jump across this goddamn table and slap
you
you
and
across
Bruce
the
did.
face. I know.
Yeah.
But you still should have watched it.
I've seen it once.
You haven't seen it enough to know what I was talking
Yeah.
about. I hate you.
She's a butcher. Right?
She's a butcher.
Whoa, man.
Whoa, man.
But there's just great football scenes too. And it's like everything about this movie just feels so 90s, like early 90s. It's like an 80s movie got transplanted right into the 90s, which makes sense because it was in 91. And I don't know. It's a little unique too because it's not about winning. It has that kind of replacements feel where like their wins are moral wins. They're not going for the big state title. They've lost 9 games in a row when they start, tying and then getting everything back together. It's not about, winning the big game or, there's not an actual goal. It's more about just the ride.
I agree.
Yeah.
I also will say that there's an element of, God, I don't even know. The timing of it was perfect. So this is based on SMU getting the death sentence in college football.
87. Yeah.
So there's like an element of relevance to it as well. And there's like, I don't know, Max, like this has got such a back to school feel to me.
You think so?
There's a lot of the Triple Lundy. Like it feels very Triple Lundy-ish to me. Like the older guy going back into school, the fish out of water.
Yeah.
You know, the whole montage of like, you know, you got to pass the exam, except it's not Scott Baio. Jesus. Bateman. Justin Bateman in this.
Jason Bateman,
not Justin Bateman. Bakula. Bateman.
By the way, when he does the journalism class and he writes his thing about journalism about the football team, it's really good.
It's really good.
Yeah, I was like,
she noted it was really good.
He should become a reporter. And like, there's so many more stereotypes. So the sheriff not arresting anybody because it's the college football teams.
Yeah.
The rodeo in a bar, the throwing dummy flashbacks. You know, when the thing goes up and down and he's like visualizing it at the end. The ball getting stuck in the helmet. And also the Karate Kid performing karate on the field.
The karate is incredible. So the thing about this movie that probably strikes me the most is you've got a lot of good individual actors that are turning in decent performances. Like Loggia's being Loggia. I mean, but again, going back to Major League, how different is this from like cut the rah, Ricky, give him the heater.
It's the same guy.
It's the same guy.
Yeah, basically.
Except it's Robert Loggia.
Although I have a crazy fan theory that you're gonna hate.
I'm sure I'm gonna hate it. Your fan theories are typically like so bad. So continue, please.
So I'm under the influence of alcohol. I'm under the impression that Coach Ed Gennero and Coach Wally Rigg are in a gay relationship secretly. So hear me out. Both of them, do you ever see their spouses the entire time the movie's happening?
No.
Okay, no spouses, right?
Okay.
When Ed has his health crisis with, like, who picks him up? It's Wally.
Yeah.
Wally gets him.
Yeah.
What are they doing while Ed Gennero has the, like, tingling in his arm? Ed's tossing a salad. He is. So, hold on. Wait, whoa. And I lost you there?
No, keep going. Keep going. It's unfair to only dig half your grave. I think you should dig the whole grave. So continue.
Wally can't get a job. They said like, oh, he's coaching a high school team in London, even though he used to be the defensive coach for Penn State.
Mm-hmm.
Who was the defensive coach for Penn State in the 80s? Sandusky. So maybe it's wink towards that.
So I want to point out a couple of reasons why not only is this a terrible take, but also why it's so offensive.
You award me no points.
No, I want you to know why it's offensive too. So the first is like the juvenile aspect of the salad tossing piece is like incredibly like stupid. It's like, it's lazy. The Sandusky connection where you're equating homosexuality with being a child molester is like super offensive.
What kind of kids were they?
I don't think that matters. I like where your head is at because I like exploring new spaces, but like you've done it so poorly. And I actually want this all to be in because I think people often think that I'm like way too mean to you and that like
this is my worst take in a long time.
You're this innocent butterfly who just says nice and sweet things, but like what you just said probably offended at least 4 different major groups of people. So I think we let it sit.
I apologize to all pedophiles out there.
I don't think you should have. But again, you weren't making the claim that he was a pedophile. You're making the claim that he was
but like it's half because they were boys.
It's half.
Yeah.
I can't even with you. There's no association between homosexuality and pedophilia.
But Wally does react insanely, like lovingly, by the way, in the hospital scenes and all.
Yeah.
Like he brings them flowers.
Are you trying to walk this back now? Or?
No, I still think they're gay.
It's great. It's great.
Yeah.
You know, if we had the 2 characters here right now and you know what I would say to them? I'd be like, of the 3 of you, who has kissed a man? And you'd be the one stuck saying that you did.
So?
There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
It's just ironic.
There's anything wrong with that.
Nothing wrong with that. Yeah. This is didn't have these on my bingo card this morning for necessary roughness, but I appreciate that.
So what are your top 5 football movies?
Oh, wow.
Is this on it?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, what number is it?
Go ahead.
Yeah. So for me, it's Friday Night Lights is number 1.
Yeah.
Replacements is number 2.
Yeah.
Any Given Sunday, number 3.
Yeah.
Program, number 4.
Yeah.
This, number 5.
Yeah.
Little Giants, Varsity Blues, Rudy.
It's
a good list.
It's a good list.
Yeah. How would
my
you
number 1's The Program.
Really?
It will be for the rest of my life. You can't have been my age playing high school football at that time.
No, that's
and
fair.
not and
Yeah.
not having
Latimer
the
is like
program.
just a mascot
It's the
for
best,
football.
the best.
He's in this movie.
I think for me, it's the program,
Yep.
Varsity Blues, Necessary Roughness, Little Giants,
Wow.
Friday Night Lights.
Okay. Yeah.
I like
No replacements.
I like. Oh God, yeah, and replacements. The replacements. I like Any Given Sunday. I
Yeah.
don't love Any Given Sunday. It's too stylistic for me.
Yeah, that's fair. It's
But
very.
It's very. What's his face?
It's Oliver Stone.
Yeah, it's very Oliver Stone.
By the way, I think they replaced.
Back and to the left.
I think replacements took their line like the chicks dig scars, glorious forever.
100%.
It's the one. You're hurt. You're tired. You're bleeding. I'm gonna make you a promise. We get into that end zone. You're not gonna feel any pain.
There are literally 100 lines from this movie
Yeah.
that have been stolen and used other places because people are like, it's Necessary Roughness. You couldn't even. We even to rewatch this, we had to rent it on YouTube. You can't even find it anywhere.
I know, it's crazy.
I will tell you that this is completely off topic. Well, it's not off topic. It has to do with this movie. So often you've asked me the question, if you could have anyone's Hollywood life, who would it be?
Mm-hmm.
Would you be Keanu Reeves? Would you be, Morgan Freeman? Who would you be? I finally found someone whose life I would want to be.
What, Dwayne Davis?
No.
Oh,
Does the name Alan Graff mean anything to you?
no. Is he in this movie?
He is. Do you even know who Alan Graff
No,
is?
I mean, I went deep on the
Yeah.
actors. I went like 12, 13 deep. Who
Yep.
was Alan
So
Graff?
do you remember when they get into the bar fight, and at the end of the bar fight, some guy picks up the phone and calls the sheriff and says, got another fight over at Billy Bob's.
He's got a mustache. He's a little heavy set.
Yeah. His name is Alan Graff.
Yeah.
Let me tell you what he is and who he is.
What made you Google him?
Because he looked immediately familiar to me. And the reason he looked familiar to me is because you remember in Total Recall,
Yeah.
when they grab Schwarzenegger and they're like, he thinks it's his friends, but they all turn on him.
Yeah.
That's one of the guys is Alan Graff.
Awesome start.
Also, Alan Graff is in everything that you've ever loved in your entire life. He played college football and was a really good college football player. I don't remember if he played in the pros or not. I didn't go that deep into it.
Okay.
He is. Do you know what a second unit director is?
Yeah, they like do the pickup scenes and all that kind of stuff.
And also for where they're putting the marks and everything.
Yeah, Joe Dante, that's how he started.
So second unit director, and he is the football consultant on every single football movie that you've ever watched. So he
Really?
is the
Okay.
technical football guy.
That's cool.
But just again, second unit. Let me just give you some of the movies that he's done second unit on. I can't even handle, and he's a stunt man as well. All right, you ready for just his stunt work? The Cannonball Run.
Awesome. Great start.
Star Trek II Wrath of Khan.
Khan.
The A-Team.
Yep.
DC Cab. Blue Thunder. Streets of Fire. Magnum PI. Dukes of Hazzard. Brewster's Millions. Real Genius.
Oh my God.
Gung Ho. Knight Rider. Back to School. Over the Top. Raising Arizona. Beverly Hills Cop 2. Dragnet. RoboCop.
Oh my God.
Max.
This is insane.
Action Jackson.
Yeah.
Red Heat, License to Drive, They Live, The Naked Gun,
Okay, I get why you.
Roadhouse,
yeah.
Lockup, Tango and Cash.
This is
Hold
absurd.
on.
Yeah.
Total Recall, Another 48 Hours, Ghost, Darkman that we just did, Naked Gun 2.5, Dutch, Hot Shots. Hot Shots. He did Hot Shots. Necessary Roughness. Hold on.
It keeps going.
Wayne's World,
Yeah.
Universal Soldier. He did the last 3 movies that we did. He was in CB4. I'm just throwing that. We should do an episode on CB4, by the
Shall
way. Straight out of locale.
Is he alive?
I think so. We should try to get him on the show. Independence Day,
Oh my-
Jerry Maguire, Boogie Nights. In Boogie Nights,
Yeah.
do you remember the guy who's like sitting in at the robbery at the end, and there's a guy sitting in that diner?
Yeah, that's him. You're right.
Also, if they ever did a biopic on Andy Reid,
Yeah.
he looks
Yeah,
identical
the
to
walrus
Andy
kind of
Reid.
vibe, yeah.
The Water Boy,
Oh
Any Given Sunday, The Replacements.
This dude rules.
Hold on. It's worth doing this. I don't even care. I
Yeah.
think this is incredible. Friday Night Lights, Beer Fest.
Beer Fest is so good.
But do you understand my point is that this guy has literally been in every single movie that you and I love.
That's incredible.
Isn't that nuts?
Yeah.
And the Muppets.
Yeah.
He was a stunt coordinator. I don't know how many stunts were. The Hangover 2, Captain America, First Avenger. He hasn't stopped, man.
Yeah.
So he understands the game of football, and he's a technical advisor
Yeah.
in addition to doing all of this work as well. And there is a little bit of like, okay, this is kind of real football.
It feels like the hits feel real,
Yeah.
and like they don't over glamorize it, like they don't catch every ball
Yeah.
kind of thing, and like offensive defensive line stuff.
This is also another movie that highly quotable for me. Like
Yeah.
when I played football, we would be like, blow the whistle, blow the whistle. Like all those things were just ripped clean from
Did you say
this.
partay?
Yes.
Partay.
Yeah. We need to partay. I mean, Sinbad, dude. This is Sinbad's coming out party. He was,
Sinbad's
sorry,
a
just to
good-
clarify, I didn't mean that he was gay. I meant like, this
Yeah.
you get confused sometimes. I don't want you to go down another rabbit hole.
One take.
One take.
They call me.
I just need one take. One take Sanders. Moron.
I need a lot of takes. Next week I'm doing a pod solo with Bruce.
Well, it's not solo.
Well, might as well
Next
be.
week you're doing a podcast with Bruce because I'm out of town. Good luck, Coster. I should give you a trank gun just to put one into both their necks to keep them.
We're gonna give him a mic the whole time so he can talk to. Watch
Probably
Good Will
a good
Hunting.
idea.
Do it.
How about please? Man, he's
Now.
been super aggressive with you today.
Wish we were
Good
recording
Lord.
before the podcast when he
It wasn't that mean. I didn't think.
Super aggressive.
targeted me out of nowhere.
Big time. Big time. Probably has a theory about you being gay too. I didn't know Max was a
gotta
homophobe, so
have
there
it.
you go.
The Pepe Silvio of
Okay,
gay.
so this was Pepe Silvio is so good.
Got Pepe all over.
That's a tattoo you should get. Just say Pepe Silvio. Okay, so this was shot at North Texas, and they allowed students and faculty to be a part of what was going on, which made for a really cool atmosphere.
and they use the same colors.
Yeah. Part of what the actors and actresses loved about this is that while Hollywood's great to shoot in, you could never do this in Hollywood. You could never go to some like remote Texas college and just take over the entire college, which is what they did to shoot.
I'm sure
this
they
film.
partied with all the
Oh
kids.
my God,
too. Yeah.
absolutely.
Scott Bakula just with your daughter.
Oh, good old I mentioned Texas SMU, Southern Methodist University. They'd been put on probation 3 times in the 80s for repeated recruitment violations, and then eventually they just got what was called the death sentence or the death penalty.
Yeah, they
excuse me.
didn't have a winning season until 2009. After that.
Oh, they were.
Well, you remember those teams? They were Eric Dickerson. They paid everybody.
Yeah.
They were basically just doing stuff before everybody else.
Whatever.
They were Michigan before Michigan.
Well, and just as a reminder, the reason that we even took necessary roughness as a topic is because the Connor Stallion documentary
Yeah.
came out, and I felt like it was a good time to do necessary roughness, which is, it's so funny to me that this movie came out in 91, which was referencing stuff that took place in the 80s, and here we are in 2024,
Same
and we're
stuff.
still having the exact same conversations.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, college sports are like weird and the best. Like Blue Chips. You seen that movie?
I'm not with Shaq.
yeah.
Yeah, no, I've not seen
Same
it.
stuff. You know, like boosters, paying people. It is a weird. I don't think if I had a ton of money, I'd be trying to pay 18-year-olds so like I feel good about my sports team. What is that?
But I do understand it.
Okay.
And it's not, how do I explain this? So like me as like one of the most diehard Lions fans that you know,
Without a doubt.
wearing my hat,
Yeah, tattoo.
sun tattoo, Sunday night's the opener of the season against the Rams.
Season tickets for how long?
Oh gosh, 15 years,
Wow.
14 years.
Yeah,
but that's
dedication.
nothing, dude. There's people that have had it 80 years, 90 years.
Well,
Like
give
it's
yourself
wild.
30 years.
I will give myself some time, but I get it because if there was something that I could do
Mm-hmm.
to like enshrine myself with the team and get a little bit closer or help the team, like I'd kill someone for Dan Campbell. If Dan Campbell told me, hey, like I think we can make it to the Super Bowl this year, but I need you to kill this homeless guy, I'd be like, is anyone going to miss him?
Yeah.
Like I'd go whack him.
So they asked this question.
Just so we're clear, I'm not picking on anyone who's homeless. I would actually kill someone who's established as well. I just feel like he'd ask me to kill someone homeless.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Good.
No, they asked Caleb Williams on TV show recently, would you kill one random person
I
for
saw
10
this.
Super Bowls?
It was PFT.
Pardon my take. Pardon my
Or-
take.
Yeah.
Yeah. PFT is the guy.
Yeah.
And you would.
He would.
Yeah.
I
Would you
watched.
sacrifice yourself?
No, because I want to be there to see
Okay.
it.
Yeah.
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 But would I sacrifice one of my kids? Different show for a different time.
What about one of your ducks?
I'm talking about the ducks.
Mo has 3 ducks.
It's the worst.
One of them is blind.
Yeah, one of them is blind. Freaking ducks. So you mentioned the poster for this film was modeled after Paramount's previously successful sports comedy Major League.
Which is probably the best sports movie ever.
Yeah, Major League might be.
Right? It's the most enjoyable, I feel like. Rewatchable.
I think when you take into account, like here I am,
Yeah.
I hate baseball
Yeah.
and I can't, if that's on TV, I will drop everything I'm doing and watch it.
No, baseball has no relevance anymore
Yeah.
either. And it's still just
Even when I was
sticks.
younger, I've never liked baseball,
Yeah.
but I love Major League. Actually, is my favorite sports film
That's what I'm saying.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I think it is.
overall. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I got you. Fun fact, Max. Andrew Bruneski
Yeah.
and Dwayne Davis you might recognize them from the movie The Program.
Alvin Mack and
Mac
Steve
and cheese.
Latimer.
No, not mac and cheese. Alvin Mack and Steve Latimer. But
They spit in each other's mouth.
But they also played together in Necessary Roughness as the cowboy and Stone Hands.
Yeah.
Feather Hands, whatever his name is.
Oh, you know how the new Beetlejuice is coming out? I
Yeah.
wonder if he's going to make a guest appearance as the football player.
That'd be fun.
That'd be cool.
That would be very cool. I wonder, you see, like, when you said you had a fan theory, you know what a fun fan theory would have been?
What?
Is that like Alvin Mack, after a humiliating run as a wide receiver and being unable to catch the ball,
Just roid it up.
just wrote it out and like trained at like some weird camp and joined, what team was it in? The
Eastern.
program?
It was the Eastern Wolfpack. Eastern
Yeah.
something.
Yeah, you're right. It was the Wolfpack though. I can't remember who they played or who they were.
They were in like a Carolina.
So Andrew, I butcher his name.
Bernarski.
It's Bernarski. Andrew
know.
Bernarski has been in 3 football movies. We've named 2 of them. Do you remember the third?
And even Sunday, he's the offensive lineman who needs to take a
Correct.
poop and also throws an alligator into the shower.
Yes.
Yeah.
He doesn't mind being typecasted.
Well, I mean, look at him. Latimer is like the greatest sports person ever, right?
Yeah.
Latimer is the MVP of
He's really
sports
good.
people.
He's really good.
Ah!
Like if you were
what's
if you were gonna produce and direct and make
Yeah.
a football movie,
Yeah.
is that like the first guy you signed?
Absolutely.
Who would you want? Like modern. I'm kind of curious. Today's actors, actresses, like who do you put in a recast of Necessary Roughness?
God. Glenn Powell Jr. as Scott Bakula? Is he too young still?
No,
Yeah.
it's doable.
Okay. So him,
Who's your wealthy, spoiled?
Jason Bateman type?
Yeah, who's your Jason Bateman?
Oh, the guy who plays the tall dude on Euphoria.
You're way too
Okay.
You're way too into social than I am. I was gonna say Spider-Man, whatever his name is.
Oh, Tom Holland.
Yeah, Tom Holland.
Yeah, that's
I
a
thought
good
you'd
one.
do
He's like 30.
Oh, you know who actually would be really good as
Who?
Scott Bakula? Who's the actor from Top Gun Maverick?
Miles Teller?
But who's his like rival?
That's Glenn Powell Jr.
Oh, is that who you said?
Woo! Full circle.
I want you to bathe in this.
Suck
You
it.
earned this one.
Yeah.
I did not
Sometimes
know.
you
I
should
did not
listen.
know.
Yeah.
I was listening. I just was like, I don't know who that is. So I just agreed.
Are there any
Great call.
Are there any adorable fat guys in Hollywood anymore? Like who would play Lakai Munamani?
The Rock.
I was gonna. That's super racist.
What's that racist?
He's 50. And
Who cares? The Rock. I have no idea. Oh no, the guy from Spider-Man, his buddy, his fat
yeah.
friend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He doesn't look like a football player. He
No, he
looks like a video
doesn't.
game kid.
It's the only fat ethnic person I can think of. I apologize.
Yeah, Hollywood's gotten rid of the fatties.
Yeah, I don't like that at all.
Yeah. Where's my John Candy?
Where's
my Chris Farley?
Who's your Kathy Ireland?
Sydney Sweeney.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh God. Dude, how did I not know about her? Well, I never watched. Is it Euphoria? Is that what it's
Yeah.
called? I never saw any of that. And then all of a sudden, one day, I flip on Saturday Night Live. I was like, "Great googly boogly, who is this?"
Her Instagram looks like it's made by someone perverted and obsessed with her.
Her Instagram looks like my FYP, my for-year page. Is that what it's called? For-year page?
Yeah.
We're so old. We're like on the reels and the.
I feel like we're still relevant.
Yeah,
we keep
maybe.
it real.
All right, let's talk about favorite parts of this movie.
Oh
There's a
my
lot.
God,
There's
yeah.
a lot to go over. What do you got?
I really think it's cute I love when any offensive lineman says like, "Mr. Banks, no one will touch
No
you."
one will touch you. Yeah.
Yeah. Whenever an offensive lineman gets super defensive about, protecting their quarterback, like that happens in replacements. That happens in, God, what was the other one? Oh, there's one
Happens
other.
in real life a lot.
Yeah.
It's really adorable.
Yeah.
these massive people just going to bat. Even
Yeah.
if the quarterback did something totally I'm totally wrong, just
That's my quarterback.
blindly will defend.
Do you remember
them.
when Terrell Owens
That's
was
my
crying? That's my
quarterback.
quarterback. You're
Yeah.
talking about.
So I love that part. The jail scene where they get all the inmates out.
We're gonna talk about that in a second.
Okay.
My hands down favorite scene in the entire movie is, first of all, my favorite character in the entire movie is Samurai.
Really?
Yeah,
He's a psycho.
but the absurdity of his character,
Yeah.
and that like he is, he's like, only through true meditation will you, and when he's let loose in the final game, and the violence
Yeah.
of him physically attacking everyone, and the ref.
He's a small guy.
Max, I think this is the funniest scene in any sports film ever.
What?
I put this particular moment
Yeah.
in time against anything in Major League, anything. Like, this is, to me, is the funniest individual scene. I'm not making the argument that the movie's better, but this is the funniest individual scene. Illegal contact number 51. Zenkutsu elbow thrust to the halfback. Oi Mashishi roundhouse kick to the quarterback. Tegakana sword block. Never mind.
I think the replacements when they're watching the strippers, we get them to stop shaking their ass for 1 minute. They all false start.
It's funny.
Yeah.
It's not this kind of funny, but you have no sense.
Makes
of
me
humor,
feel
so
funny.
yeah, I know
Like when
you
I
do.
climb the rope in
And
gym class.
Yeah, make me feel kind of funny. Also, by the way, not my favorite scene in the movie, but like absurd. The last play of your classic 2-point conversion, last play, make it work. When Manu Manu comes across the field and destroys Flat Top.
Yep.
If you go back and watch that scene, his face mask explodes off of his helmet.
And he starts bleeding.
Immediately starts pouring blood out of his mouth.
It's like purple.
It's that dark,
Yeah.
hasn't been oxidized
Bile.
blood. Like, it's literally like fresh from the wound. I'm like, he's dead, right? Like, for sure he's dead. And like, nobody, this is the Hollywood-ish part to me that's great. Like, that would have immediately stopped the game.
Yeah.
It would have been like, all right, we've got a corpse on the field. He's definitely dead.
The bar fight's great too.
The bar fight's
If
fantastic.
I wanted a brother, I wouldn't have killed mine. That's like such a 90s retort.
Yeah. Yeah. Just like, but again, the galvanizing, again, going back
Now
to
the
the
drinks
tropes,
are on you.
going back to the tropes, it's the galvanizing team comes together moment. The replacements, same thing. Like, this movie has had so much stolen from it in all of our favorite movies. It pops up all the time.
It's weird there's not that many great football movies. I guess it's hard to do.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, I don't know. This one's about as good as it's going to get.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, there's only 8 to 10 that you can think of.
All right, Max, you had brought up the scene. So in the movie, the dean who's trying to ruin everything for them, they get out of their first game, they get their butts handed to them. So the dean schedules a scrimmage.
Yep.
And they scrimmage against the Texas State Penitentiary. Is that correct?
Yeah.
And there's some people that are in the scrimmage
It's
that are
everybody.
worth noting. You probably recognize some of the football players that are in this scene, but you are going to be blown away by all of the football players that are in this scene. Starting with Chicago Bears Hall of Fame linebacker Dick Butkus.
He looks good.
Former heavyweight champion of the world, Evander Holyfield, who loved football, and that's why he wanted to get in on this. 49ers Hall of Fame wide receiver Jerry Rice.
Best ever.
Oakland Raiders defensive end Ben Davison, and more importantly, Rexor from Conan the Barbarian.
Oh my God.
Heisman Trophy winner, Hall of Fame Dallas Cowboys running back Tony Dorsett. Dallas Cowboys Hall of Fame defensive tackle Randy White. 6'9" Dallas Cowboys defensive end Ed Too Tall Jones. Dallas Cowboys running back and failed Georgia Senate candidate Herschel Walker. 49ers 3-time Super Bowl champion running back Roger Craig. And to finish it out, Buffalo Bills Hall of Fame quarterback Jim Kelly.
It's insane how many people they got.
Nuts.
What are you in for? Computer fraud.
Coach, I think I ate someone's finger, which is hilarious that Evander Holyfield, who famously had his ear eaten by Mike Tyson, made that joke all the way back then.
Yeah, it was very Nostradamus.
Yeah.
Predictive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Again, that scene to me, it's the movie with Adam Sandler, which was a remake of the other one,
Longest Yard.
Longest Yard.
Yeah.
There's just all these borrowed elements from all of our favorite football movies.
Oh, the original one rules, by the way.
Mhm.
Yeah. Burt Reynolds is great.
Yeah.
Well, he's a Heisman winning quarterback, which is crazy.
That's Burt Reynolds.
Yeah.
There you
Who are
go.
the best football players turned actors? Are there any good ones?
Best football player turned actor?
The Rock played in Miami.
Yeah, I guess I would ask, football player, does it have to be
No, let's go pro.
NFL or
Let's go pro.
it has to
Dan
be
Campbell in
NFL?
the Applebee's commercial.
That's-
Yeah, he's good.
that's amazing.
He's like, they're never going to see it coming.
It was awesome.
No, Howie Long was good.
Howie Long, yeah.
I
He
liked
was in
him.
a couple action films.
Broken Arrow.
Yeah.
It's freaking awesome.
I'd have to really dig into that. I'm sure there's people that I'm not thinking of. I mean,
Terry,
I would
Terry
argue,
Bradshaw's acting.
I would argue that the single best actor who ever was an NFL football player is the guy who played Sloth in the Goonies.
Oh, John Matsiskis.
Yeah.
Yeah. He was,
Also in One Crazy Summer.
and also in, God, what's the crazy space movie? Or
Sphere?
space herpes.
Space herpes.
No, they have space herpes in it.
Okay,
Oh.
Max.
No,
Anyways.
no. You're going to
No, go ahead and Google space
something
herpes.
Ice Pirates.
Oh. Is it Ice Pirates?
The Ice Pirates.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
There's space
I
herpes in
didn't know
that.
there was space herpes. Learn something new every day. More scenes. What else?
You know herpes kills elephants?
It's great,
like
Max.
cancer?
Well, maybe you should stop sleeping with elephants.
Zing. It's too good.
This podcast is something else, man. We're doing good work.
Ed Too Tall Jones went to another TSU. He went to Tennessee State University.
Okay.
So that's pretty cool. The football scenes were in AstroTurf, which just seems dangerous. AstroTurf just sucks, right? I hear people.
That's what I used to, the hometown rival games at the end of the season were all played at the Silverdome. Yeah. So when I was in high school, our last game of the season was played against Seaholm versus Groves at the Silverdome, and that was on AstroTurf.
Does it feel weird or?
It's like padded carpet.
That sounds awful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't, a long time ago.
You weren't a 4.4 burner, you know what I mean? Or anything
it's more
like
of a sort of 4.6.
Yeah.
I was so slow. So strong, but so slow.
You're offensive and defensive line. Like, you're not supposed to have a
defensive end.
Yeah.
It would have been nice to have a little bit of speed. I could have caught,
What was your move? Were you a swim move guy or a Dwight Freeney spin?
No. I had no. I was
a bull rusher?
A bull rusher.
Yeah? Little John Randall over here?
There's one play.
Little Bruce Smith?
I used to have the video of this somewhere. I don't know if I still do, but I'm chasing the quarterback out of the pocket.
Nice.
He goes to the sideline. And then, all I ever wanted was a sack, right? And I was so slow. It was never going to happen. And the quarterback threw the ball, and I just, it was a good, 5 steps. 3 seconds later, I just dropped him. I don't know how I didn't get called.
Yeah.
I don't know how I didn't get called for it.
Yeah.
No penalty. And my coaches were furious. And the one offensive line coach who, I worked because I played offensive line as well. He's like, I get it. You just want, and I was like, I did. I just wanted to get tackled. I get it. I totally get it. Yeah.
All right. Should we go into the cast?
Yeah, let's go into the cast.
Director
Whoa. Easy, Tiger. Easy. Slow it down. Take a deep breath.
The director was Stan Dracati,
who
did Mr. Mom.
He did?
Yeah. And he was married to Cheryl Teagues. And he didn't start filmmaking until he was 40. He did nothing else. Interesting life.
Max, I got to tell you, I'm really looking forward to watching your episode with Bruce next week when I'm gone. Continue.
So am I running the bus or is Bruce?
I don't know what running the bus. There's driving the bus. There's running the show. Running the bus, I've never heard of.
It's when you run up and down the bus.
Have fun, Coster.
Call me Rosa Parks because I'm running that bus.
Jesus Christ, Max. God.
She ran that bus.
Call me Rosa Parks.
We're very similar.
You're going to really need to keep things progressing next week.
We might not. This might be an unreleased episode.
No, hey, you're going to release it.
Release the Kraken.
Continue, please.
The writer, Rick Nakin, wrote nothing. Nothing I knew.
You did a lot of research for this episode.
I looked at all the stuff. David Fuller, also 0 things I knew. So, I mean, I thought the writing was actually pretty good.
Yeah.
Maybe it was stereotypical and kind of but it was fun.
Sure.
Scott Bakula, who played Paul Blake. White streak in his hair is from when he was 4 years old. Last name means flowers. I thought that was kind of neat.
Sure.
Quantum Leap. That's the big thing everyone knows him for.
And It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
What's he in Always Sunny?
Oh, he had a whole guest spot on one of their episodes.
Was he Scott Bakula?
I think so, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
97 episodes. He was in Major League Back to the Minors.
Yeah.
Star Trek, on Enterprise, and NCIS New Orleans. Basically, your typical C+ kind of actor who's a working actor.
Have you ever seen the...
I get Mark Harmon vibes from him.
Continue, Max.
Héctor Elizondo, as you said, plays Coach Ed Gennero.
Straight arrow Gennero.
Who was a 140-pound tailback who played like a rhino. He wanted to rip the other team apart.
Are you okay?
Yeah. I'm great. He's a guitarist and singer. He was an American Gigolo, which you haven't seen yet, right?
No, I've not.
You got to see it.
I know.
It's Richard Gere just being a dirty, slutty little
man
boy.
Just relax. You got super excited.
That's probably where Hector got it from.
Hector.
Overboard, Pretty Woman, Beverly Hills Cop 3.
Oh, that's right. Overboard.
Yeah. Beverly Hills Cop 3, he's the evil cop, right? Or no, he's the cop that he helps Eddie in the end.
I don't remember.
He's
in 3?
Yeah.
Yeah, I try to ignore it and I don't even think about it.
I like 3.
I know you would.
Princess Diaries. Don't know what he was. Robert Loggia. L for Loggia. Oh my God, that's Robert Loggia. G for get out of here.
It's Robert Loggia. Oh my God, what is wrong with you? That's all you got. That's all I've got on Robert Loggia.
He served in the United States Army, so that's cool. Officer and a Gentleman, he's like the worst dad on the face of the earth. He just has Taiwanese prostitutes in his room with his son.
Sure,
yeah.
Absolutely.
Scarface, he gets murked by Al Pacino.
Yep.
Jagged Edge, he's really good. Have you seen
He's
that?
great in Scarface.
Yeah.
I've not seen Jagged Edge.
Big, he's awesome.
Big, he's incredible.
The piano scene's his most iconic, right?
Yeah.
Independence Day, he's probably the coolest guy in Independence Day, besides Will Smith.
Yeah.
He just seems like the man.
Yeah.
And he's in Holy
You didn't
Man.
think we should have known about this?
Yeah.
Deniable plausibility.
He's so angry, but for some reason you want him to like you.
Yeah, it's because it's Robert Loggia.
Well, there's a softness to him a little bit.
He is he's in that grouping of like he could have easily been
James
Judge,
Caan.
he could have been like Judge Smales in Caddyshack. Like
Oh,
he's got that like he could go both. you
Yeah,
know?
he's okay doing comedy.
Yeah.
Which is interesting
Yeah,
for someone
yeah.
so angry.
How about Dr. Suzanne Carter, played by Harley Jane Kozak? You know who I immediately recognized her from?
What?
Rick Moranis' wife in Parenthood.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I totally I was like, oh yeah, that's what she's in. Harry Met Sally.
She's in that weird sphere, like in Universal Soldier, the main girl. It's like these attractive blonde women who have B-level acting skills.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She was good in this. I thought she
Yeah.
was really good in this.
Arachnophobia, too.
Yeah.
Which I can't watch.
Larry Miller, Dean Philip Elias.
He's the man.
Philip.
He's such a good dude.
He's
so
funny.
he's longtime best friends with Jerry Seinfeld. He almost had George Costanza as a role.
Wait a second. Follow me on this.
Okay.
He was in Pretty Woman as well, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's the friend who's like, come on. Wait, no.
No, he's the guy working at the store.
Yeah, you're right.
And
Yeah.
when they go back and
Yeah.
yeah.
No, it messed me up.
Grovel more. Grovel, you can do a better job.
Because George Costanza is the sleazy guy who's friends with Richard Gere in that movie.
When did Pretty Woman come out?
90.
So that's hilarious that like
Yeah.
was Pretty Woman Paramount?
Probably.
Because I feel like don't say probably. Look it up. You're totally guessing. You're my
Nope.
stats
Touchdown
guy.
pictures.
That's why we look things up. It's just it might have been the same casting agent, but it's funny that you would get both Héctor Elizondo and Larry Miller. In
Yeah, good job by
both films.
Paramount.
Continuing,
Uh,
Sinbad.
Wait, we didn't say anything about him.
Okay,
Suburban Commando, he's the
Yes,
boss.
Yes, he is.
LA Story, he's the friend.
Oh yeah.
Nutty Professor, 10 Things I Hate About You, he's the dad.
He's the dad. Yep.
Yeah, and Best in Show, he's hilarious too.
He's really good in Best in
Yeah,
Show.
he's just a really funny guy. You
Do you
just see
feel
him.
satisfied now?
I do.
Okay, Sinbad, Andre Krimm.
Yeah, he was in Kazam.
Sinbad's got a unique kind of career too. He was so popular and he fizzled.
So Sinbad the show, I used to watch it all the time. It was
Yeah,
awesome.
yeah.
I don't know what happened to him. It's kind of like he had House Guest, he had First Kid, Jingle All the Way, where you thought that's where he was gonna keep going.
Him and Arnold were incredible.
Yeah.
he was
He
the post office guy.
He goes toe to toe with Arnold. He's
Yeah.
big enough too,
Yeah,
where
yeah.
it's like there's like
It's great.
Yeah, and then after that, it's Good Burger, and that's about it. I don't.
Interesting.
I wonder if he had a
little
scandal.
research. Fine.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe he just got old and sick and tired.
Well, he's in Good Burger too. I mean, I'm saying like he came back. You
Good
know what I mean?
Burger too.
Yeah.
The burgering.
Dude, I love Good Burger.
I bet you do.
You don't like Good Burger?
No. Fred Thompson,
Yeah, Senator.
Senator Fred Thompson.
Yeah, I like that he's like the voice of reason. He's like he wants the football team to.
He's
still be-
always the voice of reason.
Yeah, in Feds, he's incredible. Hunt for Red October, Die Hard 2, No Way Out.
In my opinion, his greatest film is Die Hard 2.
Yeah.
When he's running the whole control
No,
tower.
Feds, he's incredible.
You love Feds. Feds is your.
We did Feds.
We did Feds.
It's the long lost Harold Ramis film.
Rob Schneider.
He's only 5'3".
Chuck Niederman.
What do you think it's like being 5'3"?
No, I don't know. So this is all borrowed, obviously, from like making copies.
Yeah.
The copy guy.
The Fumblerooski. Was that out yet? The SNL skit?
Yeah, I think so. Right?
Okay, yeah.
It had to have been.
Yeah. Deuce Bigelow, Big Daddy, Judge Dredd, Demolition Man. I just watched Demolition Man. It holds up.
Yeah.
It's so good.
Well, we were going to do an episode on it.
We are
and
still.
And then Bruce pulled the carpet out from underneath you.
Well, no, we're still going to do one.
Yeah, easy. Relax.
Yeah.
We'll do it.
I don't think Bruce would be able to handle Demolition Man very well.
No.
He'd get into weird science propaganda
Weird science propaganda?
about like freezing people and like.
Oh, I
deep
thought about
state.
Weird Science the movie. I'm like, is there a Weird Science the movie propaganda that I'm unaware of? Lisa, the beautiful Lisa.
Lisa's the hottest character in the history of movies.
No.
Who? Elizabeth Shue? And
No,
Karate
Lucy.
Kid?
Lucy from
From what?
from
Oh, this.
Necessary Roughness.
Yeah.
Oh, sweet Kathy.
Do you think? What's his name? Fumata Mata Ma'afala. Whatever. You know the.
Yeah, Manu.
Yeah. Do you think he took a peek?
Oh, Max, what a weird question to ask. And of course he did. All right, Jason Bateman.
Who plays Jarvis Edison? He's like the spoiled kid. Started acting at 10. He's a cycling enthusiast.
Teen Wolf 2
Yep.
was 89?
Yeah.
Okay.
Smoking Aces, Hancock, Horrible Bosses, Zootopia, Office Christmas Party, Arrested Development. He kind of plays himself always.
Yeah.
He's just kind of smarmy guy.
He's great in Horrible Bosses.
And Ozark.
Yeah.
Ozark
Which
was
I've
great.
never seen an episode of Ozark.
You'd like it.
We already talked about Andrew Barzynski
And Dwayne Davis. Yeah.
Let's hop to Kathy Ireland. Let's talk about her for a minute.
So, like I said, she's worth over $1 billion. And Loaded Weapon 1 and this are pretty much her whole career.
Yeah, she's a model. I mean,
Yeah.
that's her shtick was modeling. She's a great actress. I think she could have won an Oscar for this.
Yeah. Just super talented.
Something like that, right?
Yeah. And Roger Ebert gave this movie 3 stars.
Really?
Yeah.
I am a little bit surprised.
I was
by that.
too. I like to predict 10 minutes into a movie. I'm like, what did Raj think? I was thinking 2.
What did Raj think?
Yeah.
Max, I don't think we need to go any deeper on characters, do you?
Nope. This movie is shallow.
1 inch thick, 1 mile wide.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. Well, then that being said, before we hop into it, favorite scene from the whole movie, we kind of already talked about. Anything that you want to mention that didn't get covered on Necessary Roughness?
I thought it was interesting. They said you got to give your quarterback 4 seconds. That's a very 90s thing to say. Like nowadays, the coach is yelling. He's like, lineman, you got to give Blake at least 4 goddamn seconds to throw the ball.
Yeah,
it's like
that's about right. 4 seconds.
And nowadays, it's not 4 seconds. It's like 2 or 3. Like they're launching quicker.
Oh, no. There's your short passing game and your intermediate passing game.
Yeah.
Like short passing game, like 1-step throw, that's different. But generally, like in the pocket passing is 4 seconds.
Oh, yeah. But back then, they didn't like, they weren't bubble screening.
No,
and
there's
like,
no back then.
okay.
You're wrong. Don't talk about football ever again, please. Thank you.
I know football.
You don't.
I have 6 Super Bowls.
Hate you so much. I hate that you're a Patriots fan. It drives me nuts to absolutely no end.
Now I'm a Lions fan.
Yeah, that's
Go Lions. Marching down the field.
forward down the field. Forward, not marching.
For a yellow sign, I will yield. My crops will
Crops?
will be on a field.
I have so much hate towards you. I got
Underwear is
nothing else.
made of steel.
I got nothing else, and I would love to move on from this. So, with that being said, Max, let's take a visit.
Fight, Lions, fight.
Let's head on over to our Buzz in the Tower fan spotlight. Max, today's Buzz in the Tower fan spotlight is Jared, not Subway Jared, just so we're clear.
That'd be a surprise.
To fit right in with your themes of the day. Jesus. Tell us about Jared.
Well, he loves Subway sandwiches. Can't get enough of them.
Max, tell us about Jared.
So he runs Second Life Design, which is a custom woodwork design and chain milling place in Illinois.
Nice.
It's really cool. He's just a nice guy.
You got a tag for people to visit?
Yeah, Second Life Design on Instagram. That's how you spell it.
SEC or the number 2. Got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
And just a really nice guy. And he said some profound things about movies that I don't realize at the time.
On that note, Max, why don't we see what Jared has to say about the 1991 film Necessary Roughness?
Let's do it.
Hey, Mo and Max. Thanks for having me. We're talking Necessary Roughness. This is a top tier football movie for me. I saw this movie 100 times on the USA Network growing up. It was
so
on all the
true.
time. Watching it again, the things that stick out to me are the casting and the score.
Bill Conti did the score.
I was a big Quantum Leap guy back in the day, so seeing Bakula in anything was great. He was a chameleon of an actor. He could do anything, and awesome seeing him in this. Every other person in this is catching them at literally the exact perfect time in their life and career. Robert Loggia, his big monologue at the end is fantastic. Rob Schneider as the cheesy announcer, awesome. Fantastic movie. The final scene with the score, with the callback of Bakula throwing to the dummy in his field. Perfect ending. The slow-mo action of that, the slow-mo montage is excellent. Top tier football movie. If you watch The Replacements, it is an exact scene-by-scene remake of this movie. It is that good. Had to be copied again. Awesome. Thanks for having me, guys. We'll do it again soon.
Jared, thank you so much for hopping on the show. Excellent points. And he's right. Like when I had mentioned the performances were all really solid, it was like lightning in a bottle. It was a great time for all those actors and actresses that they were in there.
Totally.
God, and yeah, I totally forgot about the opening of this movie when he's just in the farm throwing to that contraption, which I don't understand.
No, I don't either.
At all.
But it's like Brett Favre's Wrangler commercials stole from this.
Like a rock.
Don't they feel like it?
A little bit.
Yeah, he's got the jeans and like.
God, why do I hate Brett Favre so much? And Aaron Rodgers.
Well,
I hate them both so
showed his
much.
giblets to
That
random
doesn't
people.
bother me. I know tons of people that do that.
Painkillers?
No. I don't know what it is. Aaron Rodgers bothers me
Well,
too.
the Packers, because the Lions.
I do hate the Packers.
Yeah, that's why.
I hate the Bears more than the Packers, though.
Yeah, and Aaron Rodgers, they're both Packers quarterbacks. That's why.
I know.
Well, Aaron Rodgers is weird.
He's super weird.
Might win the
Max,
Super Bowl this year.
That concludes our episode on Necessary Roughness. Excellent job, as always. You came prepared. You did a wonderful job. A reminder, if you haven't already, please subscribe to us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, whatever podcast player you listen to. We're on it. Leave us a 5-star review. Put some nice notes in there. You can also check us out on all social media platforms at Buzz in the Tower. Patreon.com if you want to support the show. BuzzinTheTower.com if you want to buy merchandise. And of course, I'd be remiss if I didn't say YouTube.com at Buzz in the Tower, where you can watch the actual video of all the fun stuff that we do together. Max, am I forgetting anything?
Nope.
I am off next week. You and Bruce will be hosting the show without me.
We're doing an emotional movie, too.
You're doing Good Will Hunting. I wish you guys the
not
the
your
best.
fault.
No, guys are going to do such a good job.
You know what's
really
funny?
excited.
I faked a Boston accent my first year at Michigan, and I just watched Good Will Hunting a ton.
Yeah.
And I was like,
which is weird because you're from Boston.
yeah, but I'm from it's like saying someone's from Birmingham, and they're like, I'm from Detroit.
Yeah.
It's not.
I get it.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're the fancy side.
Yeah.
Rich kid.
I have
Boston.
Grey Poupon.
Yeah. You do have
on
that.
retainer.
Max, how do you want to end this episode?
Listen, no speeches. I'm proud of you. Now let's get out of this podcast.
I want to party.
Goodbye.